What's up everyone, Colonel Fats here coming at you with episode 11 of the Fatty Fighters training series. In this episode, I'll finally be going over a fatty beginner's guide to neutral. Neutral is one of those really hard topics to cover in any fighting game, and it's almost different for every character you play, but I'm gonna give you some basic tips and tricks that kind of just work with everyone. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, now that we're in training, let's get started. So what is neutral? Well, you gotta think about the game as having phases essentially. So, you know, you can hit Broly, and now we're in combo. We're not in neutral anymore, we're in combo. Same thing if he's blocking, instead of being in combo, we're in block string. If you've seen any of my other episodes, particularly the first one where we go over block strings and how to work your assist and stuff, that's that phase. But we're going to be talking about neutral, where we're pretty much here. We're just kind of jumping around, kind of trying to find our opportunity to get in on our opponent, whether we super dash or do anything like that. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. It is a pretty difficult topic in my opinion to cover, as it's almost character specific on how you play neutral, and it's also player specific on how you want to play the game. I feel like how you play neutral kind of defines you as a player. Like, are you really aggressive, where you pick like aggressive assists that can let you get in really quick, or do you like to sit back and punish your opponent for them trying to get at you? So that's kind of the two general strategies. So there's like offense, go in, rush down, or defense, sit back, punish your opponent, or as I like to say in Broly's case, zoning. A lot of people call it. He just has a lot of tools that keep you away. He's not the only one who can zone. He's just, people call him the best, so we're gonna throw him out here. So it's kind of like staying away from your opponent, finding those key blasts, hitting him with your assist from a distance, and then like, you know, everyone knows that bait people out with Broly. If they super dash through your stuff, you're gonna send them up and get the big damage. So now let's go to the big thing, picking your assists, using your assists, how they work. Let's talk assists, let's talk team building. Back in the day, I never really cared too much on team building in season 1 or season 2, really. I was more pick the cool characters because I like Dragon Ball and I like Dragon Ball characters, so I played a lot of Kid Buu. Good news, he had really good assists, but it's really only good for block string. So then DBS Broly came out, season 3 came out, and now we got all these assists to choose from. So I was thinking, okay, Broly's freaking assists suck. This is my first thought. So which one do I pick? Well, then I really started to think, well, what actually makes a good assist? Everyone's like, well, beams are the way, beams are life. Why is the beam so good? Well, I started watching No Kami's videos. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's a really good pro player, and he's been putting out some good content on like why certain characters are good or bad, really knowledgeable stuff. And he did say something that really resonated with me that makes perfect sense, is Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game of axes. And what does that mean? Well, you think of it like, you know, take a basic math class. You got your y-axis and your x-axis. X is horizontal, y is vertical. This just covers the entirety of the ground, and it holds you in place for a while. So this is where it becomes a lot of neutral, is, you know, to understand defense, you need to know the offense and what your opponent's going to do. So a lot of people are always jumping, they're doing their float jumps to pretty much avoid blocking this on the ground. Like, if you block the super dash on the ground, you're up, or the Kamehameha on the ground, you are pretty much slim pickings for the opponent to run up, and then bam, now you're in block string. And now we're back to episode 1, where we're going to be schmixing our opponent in block string. So really, almost a lot of the time, your goal in neutral is to get to block string. You can get a hit and get a combo off of that, but you really want to just get that guaranteed pressure. So that's why like Yamcha assist was really good. Just to give an example, you know, super dash assist, they also say. I know I'm going all over the place. This is kind of a hard topic and I'm just trying to cover everything. But if we go with like 21's B assist works pretty much how Yamcha assist works, whereas you super dash and call it in, and then they're stuck from the assist, and then you can go high or you can go low. This is like a huge basic mix that works a lot, and that's why like a lot of people were using Yamcha. because this is guaranteed pressure. So I can go dash in and go high, or I can go low. You know, it's almost a 50-50. You can definitely react to it, or even better yet, it'll get me every time. It's Dragon Rush. So kind of a three-way mix off of one of those faster assists. But I know we were talking about beams, so if we want to talk about controlling the neutral, I'm so all over the place. What I was trying to get to is which Broly assist did I end up going with? Well, I realized this one, it was similar. His B assist is similar-esque to GT Goku's command in terms of its angle. And that thing, everyone knows, was just top tier. Like, say you were Goku and you called in GT Goku assist, now you got the ground and the air fully covered. Like, your opponent has to block. No, necessarily do you get in after that? No, but still, full screen coverage with just that and the assist. And then I decided to start testing that out with Broly, because everyone says the big thing with GT Goku's assist is the amount of block stun it has. Talking block stun is basically after you block a move, how much time is there before you can actually do something? So how much time are you stunned for? So I got to thinking, well, how does Broly's work? Because they said, oh, it has a lot of hit stun, so it's easy to confirm the combo. It's actually not that easy to confirm, but it actually has a really good property I found out with the block stun. So I've got Broly, he's just gonna super jump block. If you get hit in the air with the Broly B, well, if you dodge it, you're fine. But if you don't, it sucks you to the ground, guaranteed. Like, you can't do anything until you hit the ground. And that gives you just enough time for whoever your character is to go in and start the block string. So I developed a plan which got me to Pride Trooper. So this is pretty okay on PC. Got the Pride Trooper, probably gonna get higher because we out here. But yeah, it was essentially do this, get him in the string, hit him with the second assist, then go low, go high, and then do grabs, do anything, schmix him. You really, the big thing is having your assist. Because even if you get your opponent in block string, if you don't got an assist, there's not a whole lot you can do. Grab characters have mixes. You can obviously delay your pressure. We talk block strings, but really, you want that assist still. So you don't want to waste both of your assists. And like I said, you have so much time to do it. But when I say you have so much time, so I guess this kind of brings into another thing, confirming your combos. So if you know you're calling an assist, like that was one of the things I did early on in, like, when I was playing like Marvel, even, like, I didn't know fighting games. Like, I'm a For Honor player, so I was just fucking around hitting assists. Whenever I had an assist, I used the assist. Try and use your assist with a purpose. Actually try and hit them with it, not just, I'm scared, don't touch me, I'm just gonna call him the shit. No, because like, even if you hit with this, how you gonna confirm that? You got to think about that. What I found a lot of people are doing, which this works, on the beam, P-blast into vanish. That'll confirm it. I don't really use beams often on my teams, so this is a little foreign to me. So I'm mostly just using what people use, telling you what people have done to me. But I've seen that works. But if you know you're gonna call in the beam and you're jumping around, pre-super dash, See, that's wrong timing. So we want to call in our beam, and then there's a way to convert. If our Broly here is jumping around like so, and we hit him, like we think we're gonna hit him, we can either wait and sprint up because we think he's gonna block. But if for some reason he's not blocking, the only way we could really confirm that is the super dash. You kind of got to be prepared for your assist, not just, I have my assist, I'm gonna use it. Like, so many times, you're panicked, you're low health, and you get your assist back. You don't want to snap because you know they're expecting it, so you're just like, I just held me assist, and now you just wasted your assist, and it's just pointless. Like, so many times I call in the wrong assist, thinking I got a projectile on board deck, and then Master Roshi comes out, right, and just does his and so it's really, use your assists with a purpose, and actually find out how to confirm them with your team, as well as what they do when your opponent blocks them. Like that is now another offensive technique I'm going to go over real quick is the dash jump. Like it's much safer than super dash. Everyone knows this can be blown up. You just 2H it. Like it is really far, so you got even more time to react. So how can we get to our opponent faster? Well, we can sprint, just dash, hold it and dash, or sprint and then jump, which is kind of crucial for 21 combos in particular to learn how to do this. But this is just a vital movement technique, and you notice how I'm just naturally doing just jumping away from him, because you almost want to. It can work as a fake out too. So if he's actually staying grounded, which most of the time he's probably jumping around, I can backdash away, call it an assist, then I do it. So then if he tries to 2H, the assist blows him up, and then I can like Key Blast Vanish like we just went over, or we can just keep faking it, and if he's just going to sit there and block, like, hang on, then we can get up and get our pressure. Or we can get in and get our overheads. And typically if you dash jump and then dash jump jump, you can get some extra height and get some more overheads that you normally wouldn't get. Now I'm also going to come to a scenario where a lot of times your opponent is kind of doing the same thing, especially if you go in high tier pros. They're just jumping and moving all over the place. They don't want to get hit by anything, because like we saw, there's a lot of things like Broly B or GT Goku A or ground Kamehameha. All these assists can hit you like anywhere, so you're kind of constantly dodging and jumping. So this strategy of just run and jump in and then backdash, or just jump in but immediately hold block. Like, I don't have my inputs up, but I struggle at reading those. I'm holding back after I jump in. Like immediately after I jump, I hold back, so I'm blocking. So I'm gonna have Broly do this, because this is kind of a huge scenario that comes up a lot in fighters. There's ways to punish it. There's ways to see that you can punish it if your opponent doesn't do it correctly. But let's just get this recorded. Not that. No. Ah, damn it.
A few moments later.
Okay, we got him. So now he's gonna do. A lot of times you'll jump at each other, and whoever attacks first wins. Slash, if nobody attacks but you attack, you can get this like air. He didn't block. Thought I had him blocking. Maybe that would work. So that is huge. That happens a lot in the game, especially when you get to the higher ranks. You can catch someone in the air, and it works really well with 21 because look at the range on this freaking jump. It's ridiculous. So if you can catch them first, it works with almost every character, depending on the height, depends on how many lights you can get. But what I did there was medium, light, light, heavy. All four of those hit. The heavy hit him when he was on the ground. So, and by ending in an air heavy, like here, let me just get frame data up here. If I end in a heavy, I'm plus 12. So like air heavy, plus 12, plus 9. You're plus after, you know, instant air dash on block, and you're extra plus on the heavy. I don't know if that's exactly true, because I feel like that frame data, because I feel like if I've done this, people can reflect after I do that. But if I do the heavy, it has enough block stun where they're stuck, and then I'm good. So just to show you kind of it again. See, now he's stuck in string, and now we got him. So that happens a lot. And then there's a ton of things you can do off of this. Like you can fake it, like fake not all the hits. So if your opponent's not ready, you actually will get to the ground faster, and you can do a low, something like that. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, good. We still got his move. But then there's just so much time to do anything after this scenario. Like I can jump over and cross up. I can go low. See, now that time, because I didn't start with the medium, you notice there's a gap between the lights and the heavy. So if he's got an air DP, he can do that. He can, you know, it's character specific. Neutral's so messed up. But like I said, this is a common scenario that will come up. And now let's actually do the case where he's not blocked. So how do we confirm that? Because this also happens a decent bit. Like that. So you kind of abuse the fact that the light in the air, a lot of the times the second medium will auto air combo. So the second light will suck your character up and get you in a better position. So notice how my first light is going to be really low to the opponent, but then when I jump cancel it, it gives me enough height to get up there. Or I can use 2H because I fucked up exactly what I said, because I'm such a good gamer. But yeah, it's really about getting those combos. So this is something to work on, and it's really not that hard to get the opponent to do, other than if you want him to actually block. Because as you can see, I struggle with that a little bit. But like I said, this is a pretty common occasion where you'll be sprinting at each other, and you want to get this control. Now, as I'm going, I'm like, there's so many things you can do for offense. So let's touch on another one. So we got Vegeta out here now. Now this is where character specific stuff comes into play. So it might be a little more beneficial to watch more character specific stuff if you're looking for that. But the basic concept is, you know, we have super dash assist. So we also have special move and assist. It's just another way to guarantee safety in your stuff. So everyone knows both Vegetas, they have a dash kick. So it covers a lot of ground really fast. What you can do is use that, and if your opponent blocks that, you know, especially on the ground, like we're going to cover defense right after this, but especially on the ground or near the ground, if your opponent blocks this, they can call it an assist and then keep pressure, because they get hit by the kick, then they get hit by the assist, and then you're already there before the block stun is over. So then the Schmitz, and this is like basic Vegeta, like block string even, but he can do it in neutral. Like I'm pretty sure you just 2H into it, on assist and go in. I mean, you can do that from full screen and get the other side. So this is one of those character specific things, but it kind of gives me to a note. I was just checking the little notepad before I kept going, and I was like, oh yeah, know your ranges was on there, but I think this kind of applies as well, because it kind of knows, you know, your range of that move. And then you can get the pressure. It's just another way of getting in, but it's character specific, and a lot of characters have stuff like that. Let's get 21 out here. She has her dive, covers a pretty good downward angle, and if you hit them, I know, and I could put on the frame data, but I know, trust me, you're -5, which means you can reflect, or you could just keep pressure and call in an assist. So we just do special, and now we're in. So it's just utilize your character's tools and know what they are and how you can use them. I mean, that's about as basic as I can get without making like a full Vegeta and 21 guide, because every character plays differently. Like, fun fact, 21 can zone 2. It's actually better, instead of doing 2S, to jump and do S and cancel it right away. Still covers a pretty good amount of area, but it's safer. you basically safe jump. So if they super dash that, you can crush them. So there's a lot of character specific stuff out there, but do know it is good to utilize the assists to keep that pressure going. So like, and again, prepare your assists for when you're moving. Like, I'm gonna dive bomb. I know I'm gonna hit him, as in he's in my line of sight. Unless he like DPs me, he's gonna have to block it. So I'm gonna prepare for that. Like, say, we'll have him jump back. How about that? So he's gonna jump back. So and of course he didn't block, but that's fine. Now we're in the corner, and we can show off how you can get combos off of that stuff. So it's really just prep your assists. Like I said earlier, use your assists with a purpose. Don't just call them all willy-nilly. And with that, of course, I found another offensive thing I just thought of from that last thing. Basically, use your assists with a purpose, right? One of the best ways to use an assist, in my opinion, especially towards a high rank, it's a combination of dash, jump, assist. So basically, what the goal is you want to call in the assist as you're traveling over your opponent. So your opponent, how you block, if you don't know how to block in this game, please go back in my previous episodes. But blocking is relative to the point character. It's never relative to the assist. So if I cross him up, he has to switch blocking from, he's holding right, and now he has to switch to left. You want to call in the assist so you get to the other side, but the assist starts from this side. So we're going to call in Goku. We're going to call in Goku. See how he's over there? He has to switch his block. Even though I'm not the one hitting him, Goku is. He has to block in relativity to my positioning. So this is really useful, especially with beams. Let me just show you why. Because a beam just... people have found it's so easy to confirm. So we're going to do it. Do it correctly. Do it correctly. And then you get a combo. Because the beam shoots them right through you and it holds them, so you can combo like that. So just another quick thing I wanted to show with assists. Call them in as you're traversing your opponent, and then you get combo. It depends on the assist, like, let me just show you. Let's just do it with Broly. He pops them up more, so you just got to know how to combo with your team. But it's a really good technique for hitting people, because especially if you super jump, like, they can't even see the assist. Suck at super jumps. They can't even see the assist, so it's just like, how do they even know that they need to block? And it can get pretty nutty. So cross-up assists are really good. It's really good to work on the timing of that. Like, that works definitely top level all the time. Works really well with UI Goku A assists, in my opinion. Because even if they are calling in an assist, sometimes they can hit your assist, even with whatever. So it's just insane. Now for the final segment, let's talk defense. Why the hell is everyone jumping all the time? Well, hopefully by going over all of the offensive means of getting in on your opponent, you should now know how you should be able to stop them and why everyone is jumping all the time. And especially if you don't know the float, if you super jump, you can hold up and you actually float slower, like this, this. You could float and even angle your float, so you start carry more distance. So it's all about not getting hit by your opponent's assist. And that's not saying not by like blocking. You can block them, but the goal is to not even have to do that. You don't want to block their assist, because as you see, you get hit with Broly B, you're stuck to the ground and now you're in strength. So everyone's always jumping and trying to not get hit by shit. That's kind of the basics behind the jump, but really that's kind of something you want to watch for on offense. Use your assist with a purpose. If your opponent's jumping, delaying when they're doing their second jump, they're trying to fool you when they're going to land, because they don't want to get hit by this on the ground. And another huge thing is, a lot of the time with characters, they will try to, hover underneath you on the ground. So say Vegeta's like tracking me, he can 2H me if I'm low enough, but also I can like delay myself so much in the air that, like, one of the strats he might be trying to do is trying to catch me when I land. Like, he's gonna try and right when I land, he's gonna run down and try and catch like a 2H into a move into an assist. We already know from previous episodes that can get you questionable. So like, he's trying to time when I land, but if I'm delaying the crap out of my landing, using this, his 2H, it's going to be so hard for him to time it right. So then I can use all this time to then time a super dash, or just stay away, keep waiting. Maybe I'm waiting for my assist to cool down, because that's also huge. If I got no assist, then there's not much I can really do to get in other than use my own kit, which then we're talking who you want as your anchor, who's good by themselves versus who needs assist kind of conversation. So it's kind of all over there. But the super jump float is a really good mechanic that I've been trying to get better at. You really just don't want to get hit by your opponent's stuff. And I think the main concept, the main thought you should have when on offense, try and time when your opponent's out of jump. Okay, I saw him, he jumped twice, so he's definitely going to land now. Well, you can mess with your opponent by holding the float, and you can also super dash, which you didn't land, and instead you're super dashing at him. So delaying things is just, you see all the pros, they're always just jumping and stuff, and you wonder why. Now Roshi just came out. If you're fighting Roshi, don't jump all the time. He's got an unblockable anti-air, which is fucking nuts. So that's a completely different story. I'm basically making this thinking Roshi's not in the game. But yeah, defense is more along the lines of avoiding the attacks. Wow, Fats, that's really simple. Yes, but it's more delaying when you're going to land, if you want to think about that. Like, say, I don't really know how to get him to time a run as 2H, but essentially, he 2H's me, I'm above him. If he does it too early and I super dash, I get a super dash, and then bam, I get super dash combo. If you can also float and time which side you're going to land on. God, it's hard. So there's a lot to do with defense and offense that kind of all go together. And in my final opinion, because defense is just hard to cover, stay airborne, dodge the assist, don't be predictable when you're going to land. That's really all I got on defense. Otherwise, do the training drills from my previous episode to react in block strings. But yeah, neutral defense is just avoiding your assist. Typically, you're not trying to do much if you're waiting for your assist to cool down, so you want to just stay out the way. Yeah, that's defense in a nutshell. Story time! Okay, so one thing, if you really are dedicated to the game and you really want to get good, the best advice I could say for defense is play a shit ton of matches and you'll get good. Well, yeah, but also play a variety of characters. Like, even if you don't even like all the characters, or say you keep running into this character, just play them for a little bit. Learn what they do. Just want to give an anecdote to For Honor, because it really helped in that game for me. And it definitely helps in this game as well, because now that I've diversified my roster of who I know how to play and can play, I know what they typically are going to do. So by playing the other characters, you'll learn what they do. And when I was playing For Honor, it's kind of what got me back into fighting games. I know, Fats, it's not even a fighting game, it's not even like fighters. Yeah, I transitioned from there. I started with Dark Souls 2 as a fighting game. I'm counting that as a fighting game, Iron Gate. But in For Honor, I didn't really know which character I wanted to play, so I kind of just got a character to rep 20 and then moved on to another one. And then by learning all of the cast, it was a combination of getting beat by other people. So now it's like, oh, now I know how to punish this move when they do it, because this guy kept doing that to me and that was working against me. So you kind of learn how to beat certain characters by playing as them and then getting beat by better people. And in my opinion, that's a really good way of going about it. Never not play ranked. Play ranked, pussies. Just go up. Unless you're really trying something new and you're trying to save BP. But that's how you're going to get better, is to play better people and to also get character knowledge on all the other characters. Because if you don't know what a character can do, or you don't know its properties, like, how are you ever going to defend against it? How are you going to know? Like, honestly, I still refuse to play Nappa, but I really should just learn him real quick so I know how to actually stop him, because I have no idea what's going on whenever I fight a Nappa. He's got resets. He's got all sorts of crazy shit. So that's a bad matchup for me, just because I don't know what he does. He's got like a ridiculously, I played more as I've played the game against them, but It's just character knowledge, and the best way to get it is to actually play the characters, not just repeatedly get beaten by them. Because if, say, someone hits you with a mix-up and you get mixed all 3 times and your character's dead, how are you ever going to know how to stop that mix-up without guessing every time? Unless you either lab it out or try the character. So diversify your roster can go a long way to helping you improve in the game overall. And like I said, I did that in For Honor and it really worked for me because certain moves, it's just like, how do I stop that? I don't even know. So I'm going to use it. Use it. Oh, that guy stopped it. He timed his dash at a better time than I was panic dashing, you know, stuff like that. So I hope that helped. And that's actually going to wrap it up for this episode of the Fatty Fighters training series. So I hope I could help you out. Neutral is a very tough topic to cover in any fighting game. Like I said, it really kind of defines you on how you play the game. Defines you as a character. Are you a zoner? Are you charging in all the time? Are you rush down? You know, how do you want to play the game? So there's different ways, but I hope this can help you, and I hope you guys learned something from that. But either way, I'll see you next time. Peace out.